The film begins with Tsukiko, a young schoolgirl passionate about photography. She takes photos of her sister, Tomy, who is adored by everyone for her beauty. Tomy wonders how Tsukiko would feel if she harbored jealousy in her heart. As she finishes speaking, a rod falls from the roof nearby and pierces her body. Tomy dies brutally, leaving Tsukiko traumatized for life. In the next scene, Tsukiko wakes up terrified in her bed. Her parents rush to comfort her, and she tells them about the recurring dream. At breakfast, Tsukiko's parents celebrate Tomy's birthday, wishing she were still alive. They express their desire to see her graduate and marry, making Tsukiko feel neglected. Tsukiko receives a call from her friend Yoshi, who informs her that her crush, and Tomy's ex-boyfriend Toshio, wants her to take his photos for the student magazine. And just like Toshio, your like button is waiting for you to make a move, don't leave it hanging. Back to the story, Tsukiko is thrilled, but a knock at the door interrupts her. When asked, Tsukiko is horrified to hear Tomy's voice claiming to be her. Her parents rush to the door, thinking it's a prank. As Izumikawa opens it, Tsukiko is stunned to see Tomy standing there. Her parents embrace her warmly, but Tomy says she's hungry. They offer her cake, but Tomy rejects it, demanding caviar instead. Izumikawa promises to get it for her the next day. Tomy then notices her photo on the table. She smashes it and leaves, instructing her family not to look at her like she's dead. Later, Tsukiko catches her mother burning her pictures with Tomy, following Tomy's orders. Tsukiko tries to stop her, but Tomy appears, claiming they don't need the photos since they can create new memories now. Tsukiko disagrees, and during their argument, she accidentally pushes Tomy into the wall. Izumikawa rushes to check on Tomy and slaps Tsukiko for harming her sister. Tomy then manipulates Izumikawa into punishing Tsukiko. He tightly binds Tsukiko's hands and asks Tomy what to do next. She cuts an electric cable, strikes her father with it, and tells him to use it on Tsukiko. Izumikawa forces his wife to hold Tsukiko's hands and continues beating her until she passes out. Tomy then steps in, telling Tsukiko to go take a bath. In the bathtub, Tsukiko examines her scars when Tomy joins her, asking how she feels. Tsukiko replies that she deserves the punishment because no one loves her. She wishes she had died instead of Tomy that day. Tomy praises her honesty and kisses her. And just when you thought family bath time couldn't get weirder, stick around, because this is where things go from awkward to what on earth did I just watch? Tsukiko tries to escape, but Tomy stops her, mentioning Toshio. Tomy says she thinks he'll leave her because she can't maintain her looks much longer, and her scar will worsen. Tsukiko doesn't understand. Tomy then reveals the scar where the rod pierced her, and Tsukiko is horrified to see a tongue growing from it. Suddenly, the scar transforms into a monster. Tsukiko screams and runs out of the bathroom. She tells her parents Tomy is no longer her sister but a monster. Izumikawa loses his temper and slaps Tsukiko twice. Tomy agrees to leave the house, while her parents desperately try to stop her. She takes money from Izumikawa's pocket, but before she can leave, he threatens her. After Tomy disobeys him again, Izumikawa snaps, lunging at her with a knife and killing her, muttering, "I need you." Later, Izumikawa and his wife are seen chopping Tomy's body into pieces and wrapping it, while Tsukiko watches in shock. Izumikawa claims a voice in his head compelled him to kill her, but his wife dismisses his excuses. Tsukiko is horrified to see Tomy's severed head staring at her. Her mother tells her to look away and tosses the head into the trash. The next morning, Tsukiko wakes up to photoshoot day. She rushes to get ready and refuses to take a lunchbox, but her mother insists, urging her to act normal. Unbeknownst to them, a piece of Tomy's meat slips into the lunchbox. At school, Yoshi notices Tsukiko seems tired and assumes she's stressed about the photo shoot. Suddenly, the teacher introduces a new student, Tomy, alive and well. Tsukiko is stunned, unable to believe her eyes. During lunch, Tsukiko tells Yoshi how the new girl resembles her sister, but Yoshi brushes it off as a coincidence. When Tsukiko opens her lunchbox, she's horrified to find tiny Tomy faces staring back. Terrified, she throws the lunchbox in the trash. As Tsukiko walks away, Yoshi hears whispers from the trash. "Keep watching, trust me, you'll want to see how this ends." Let's get back to the story. She investigates, and, just as she relaxes upon finding the lunchbox, something pulls her back. Monsters attack Yoshi, their tongues intertwining until she collapses. At home, Izumikawa is alone when Tomy's severed head begins speaking to him. She manipulates him, claiming she's real and that she overheard his wife and Tsukiko talking badly about him. Tomy insists she's on his side and wants to help him, starting with his wife. Enraged, Izumikawa grabs a knife and glares at his wife. Meanwhile, at school, Toshio approaches Tsukiko for the photo shoot, and they head to the Jodo room. On the way, Toshio confides in Tsukiko, sharing how deeply Tomy's death affected him. He urges Tsukiko to stop blaming herself for the past, unaware that Tomy is secretly listening. During the photo shoot, Tsukiko takes pictures while Toshio and his friends practice. Toshio thanks her for her efforts and introduces her to his friends. Suddenly, Tomy appears, challenging everyone to a fight. The coach sends a student to confront her, but Tomy easily defeats him. Next, Toshio steps up, pleading with Tomy to remember their shared memories. Tomy pretends not to know him, overpowers him, and seductively taunts him before leaving. After school, Tsukiko confronts Tomy, demanding to know who she is and warning her to stay away from Toshio. Tomy ignores her and walks off with a mysterious man, leaving Tsukiko stunned. When Tsukiko returns home, she finds her father alone, banging his head against the wall. She asks about her mother, but Izumikawa lies, saying she's gone out. Izumikawa feeds caviar to what remains of Tomy, but she lashes out, calling the food cheap and demanding her body back. Izumikawa hesitates but eventually gives in to Tomy's demands, approaching his unconscious wife. Under Tomy's manipulation, he kills and mutilates her body, while Tomy laughs and taunts him. The next day, Toshio ignores Tsukiko and spends time with Tomy, leaving Tsukiko heartbroken. As Tsukiko polishes a photo, she notices the same monster on Tomy's shoulder. Yoshi arrives, startling her. Tsukiko shows Yoshi the pictures, claiming Tomy is a monster, but Yoshi dismisses her concerns. Their argument escalates, and Yoshi reveals she, too, has a monster on her shoulder, calling it Tomy. Yoshi declares her love for Tsukiko and insists no man should come near her. Yoshi forces Tsukiko to kiss the monster, but Tsukiko escapes and runs to a room where she finds Toshio's friends. They reveal Toshio is in the art room with Tomy. After Tsukiko leaves, Yoshi enters, and the monster manipulates Toshio's friends into attacking her. Tomy orders them to help behead Yoshi. Meanwhile, Tsukiko finds Toshio brutally attacking Tomy. She tries to pull him away, urging him to escape, but he refuses. Suddenly, Tomy's blood begins to gather, and she regenerates. Toshio, entranced, kisses Tomy as Tsukiko watches in despair. Elsewhere, Toshio's friend struggles to behead Yoshi. Closing his eyes, he finally chops off her head. After killing Yoshi, Toshio's friends regain their senses, horrified by what they've done. As they wash their hands, Yoshi, now controlled by the monster, reawakens, terrifying them. Meanwhile, Tsukiko can't bear to watch Toshio kiss Tomy, the monster. She kills him with a cutter, then turns to Tomy, begging her to stay away. In a fit of rage, Tsukiko stabs the monster in the eye, seemingly killing it. But Yoshi, now fully possessed, catches up to her. Tsukiko flees and locks herself in a room, only to be horrified when Tomy's head emerges from the trash. Tomy taunts Tsukiko, saying the more she tries to escape, the more she'll find her. Tsukiko's terror deepens as her bloodied mother steps out of a cupboard. Overwhelmed, Tsukiko listens as Tomy claims she can make Tsukiko loved with a single kiss. Tomy moves closer, and Tsukiko's vision fades. Tsukiko wakes up in bed, joining her parents for breakfast. They notice her confusion, and Tsukiko mentions dreaming about her sister. Her parents laugh, revealing she never had a sister. Tsukiko is stunned, checking her photos to confirm. But the horror isn't over. Her mother reveals Tomy has now penetrated reality. Tsukiko's parents turn on her, trying to kill her. Izumikawa coldly admits he never loved her because she's not his daughter. Tsukiko attempts to escape but is dragged back to face the real Tomy. A giant Tomy head appears before Tsukiko, and her parents declare they're willing to sacrifice their daughter for her. Suddenly, a creepy centipede made of Tomy's heads emerges to seize Tsukiko, but she steps aside, letting it take her father instead. Her mother chases her and grabs her, attempting to stab Tsukiko but failing. The centipede returns, and Tsukiko escapes again as it drags her mother away. Tsukiko tries to run upstairs but encounters Toshio. He angrily confesses he never had feelings for her. Terrified, Tsukiko pushes him down the stairs, allowing the centipedes to claim him too. As she moves forward, Yoshi grabs her, revealing she was never truly Tsukiko's friend and always spoke ill of her. They fight, but Tsukiko shoves her down the stairs, and the centipedes kill her brutally. Eventually, Tsukiko locks herself in her room, but Tomy reappears. Tsukiko accuses Tomy of wanting to see her suffer because of the people she loves. Tomy admits she was drawn to Tsukiko's loneliness and wanted to watch her suffer. She tells Tsukiko no one loves her, causing Tsukiko to snap and start photographing Tomy. Tomy retreats, and Tsukiko follows her to the living room. When asked who she is, Tomy claims to be Tsukiko, Toshio, Yoshi, Mom, Dad, and everything Tsukiko despises. Tomy expresses a desire to be with her, and Tsukiko surrenders, letting Tomy take over. Tomy promises not to harm her, and soon the centipedes envelop Tsukiko's body. Later, Tsukiko leaves the house and sees Tomy and every happy girl around her. Eventually, she meets a mysterious man who claims to have been waiting for her. In the final scene, the man is seen brutally stabbing Tsukiko, declaring he won't let anyone near her. Tsukiko glances at the mirror, where Tomy asks if she's happy now, as this is what she wanted. They both laugh maniacally, and the film ends.